fresh every day. Because that's what daily...
Welcome to the Southern California Prep Insider Basketball Podcast. Tommy and Devin here to give you our top 10, some good players from last week, and some game picks. Devin, haven't seen you in a couple weeks since we've been off, but how you been?
Been good, man. Just in the gym, day off here or there for Christmas, New Year's. But other than that, staying as active as possible in the gym.
Yeah, lots of tournaments. What was your favorite tournament you went to during the winter break?
Damien was good. A lot of deep team-wise and good players. And then I was down in San Diego. I saw you down there for the Torrey Pines, and that was good too. So those two were probably my favorite. Torrey
Pines Classic, always pretty fun to watch. You get to see the East Coast teams coming down. There's a good team from New York, good team from Virginia. Right. Watching that thing. All right, let's stop. No more chit-chat. We're going to the top 10s right away. Devin, what do you have?
All right, number one, we're going to stick with Bishop Montgomery. They took down Sierra Canyon at the Take Flight Challenge Friday night without three starters, which we'll get into with the top performers, I'm sure. Number two is still going to be Mater Dei. Three, we're going to move Etiwanda into that spot. Four, Sierra Canyon. Five, we're going to go with Rancho Christian. Six, Santa Margarita. Seven, Damien. Eight, Oak Park. I still like the Eagles. Nine, Harvard Westlake. Big win over Alemany last night. Johnny Juzang hit two clutch free throws. And number 10, a new team in here is going to be St. John Bosco. Coach Matt Dunn is doing a fantastic job with that group he has over there.
And so I'll ask you a couple questions pertaining to your top 10. First question, who is the team that impressed you the most during the tournament season, if you will?
During the tournament season, it's got to be Etiwanda. They won the Classic of Damien. Elijah Harkless, an unsigned senior guard, took home the MVP in that tournament, and he was spectacular. They're just solid all the way around. Kessler Edwards has been great. Dylan Gaines, another unsigned senior, has been very good on the defensive end. Coach Dave Kleckner just has those guys locked in on both ends, and they can beat anybody, especially in the current climate of the southern section, where I think a lot of teams are vulnerable. Etiwanda is one of those teams that can slip in and beat anybody because they're so good defensively.
And then I'll ask you again about them because they're new. Bosco slides in there. What did they do to impress you over the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Matt Dunn a lot because I cover a lot of Bosco games for the Press Telegram, and he told me that he has his guys now. Like, his roster is the guys who he wants on the team. They get after it on both ends. They execute offensively, and it's a team with no egos. And that's crucial for Dunn to be successful because his guys are just buying into everything he says.
All right, so those are our top 10 here. We'll go with the shout-outs. I'll start. I got one for Bishop Montgomery taking down Sierra Canyon without Gianni Hunt, David Singleton, and Will Crawford. Big week for them. Then I've got Notre Dame Riverside, 4 players over 10 points in their win over Cabell Valley. Camarillo's Jaime Lopez Jr., 35 points against Windward. Very impressive showing for him. And then I got Yorba Linda's Jake Miller, 24 points, 5 rebounds in their win over Great Oak. Devin, who impresses you?
You're digging deep with that Yorba Linda one. I like it.
Hey, try to get to everybody.
Yeah. So my first top performer shout-out is for Jake Kyman, junior forward at Santa Margarita. He had 31 points in a win over Crossroads on Saturday at the Take Flight Challenge. Second, I'll go to more of a, in-depth Bishop Montgomery shout-out. Yeah, there we go. Brain is not working today. Fletcher Tynan and Josh Vasquez. Fletcher, a senior, going to Boston, and Josh, a junior point guard, really, really talented. Fletcher had 18 points in that game. Josh hit 2 clutch free throws towards the end of the game, so I'm gonna get them in there. AJ Perry at Anaheim Canyon. He scored 20 points in 13 minutes against Buena Park, and that was a blowout for Canyon. They're 16-1 this year, so they're a team to keep an eye on. And then he had 19 more against Palos Verdes at the Ron Massey Classic. He's averaging 18.2 points a game this year for Canyon. He's just a junior as well. Taryn Frank at Sierra Canyon. He was probably, really their best player all weekend long. He had 33 points in a win over Mayfair at the Take Flight Challenge, and that was a close game too. It was 84-79. Josh Christopher is a huge talent, and he went off for 26. They needed every little bit of Taryn Frank scoring in that one. And then the last is the Edison Chargers defense, Edison of Huntington Beach, that is. They opened Sunset League with a win over Marina. 44-37. But the key was the defense. They held Marina to 12 second half points. So those are my 5 right there.
Are you slap the floor defensive guy or no? You like the floor slap move? You don't see it anymore.
No. I mean, it's cool. Like, I don't know. I know it's like you get into it, gets you charged up, but I don't know. If you're locked down and you're going to slap and you're going to put clamps on somebody, that's cool. But if you slap the floor and then get blown by and easy bucket, then what's the point? You know?
I'm a big floor slap guy. I don't know why.
Okay.
But we can debate that later. We'll debate that off the air. Now on to our game picks. We'll start with Centennial. This is a Wednesday game. Centennial at Roosevelt.
I'm going to go with Roosevelt because they're at home. They're tough at home, and they've been good. They've been good this year.
I'm going to go Centennial. Sophomore Jalen Clark just picked up an offer earlier this week from UCLA. Congratulations. Always big when you're a sophomore to get the big Pac-12 offers right away. DJ Davis, also part of the same class. Very, very good player. They're young, but I think that they've got some games under the belt now. I think they can upset Roosevelt on the road. Next, we've got Damien going to Upland.
I'm going to go Damien. Love Cameron Shelton, Elijah McCullough. And I love that Coach LeDuc sits in the middle of the bench instead of at the front of it. It's kind of weird, but for some reason, that's why I'm taking him.
Have you seen that from any other coach? I don't think I've ever seen that at any level.
No, he's the one, and I want to ask him about it. I know him pretty well, but I just let him do his thing.
I'm going to go Damien. Malik Thomas, also one of the top freshmen in the 2021 class. You'll be hearing his name a lot over the next 3 years. Upland's good. They got Bryce Parker. I like the grid hoopers. Bryce Harper, a good football player, good on the court as well. But I think Damien's got this one under control. Next, we've got Charter Oak going to Los Altos.
I'm going to go with Los Altos. Another shout-out we can do here is Jared Lucas, junior over at Los Altos, set the school record in scoring, and then he put down 32 more in a win over Maranatha on Saturday at the Take Flight Challenge. So shout-out to Jared Lucas, very, very good shooter. And I'm going to take Los Altos over Charter Oak. I love the grit that Los Altos plays with. They got a chip on their shoulders with Jared and Julian Lopez and Bryant Howing, one of my favorite guys in the Southern section. Speaking
of chip on his shoulder, you called Jared a shooter. Look at his Twitter. One of his top tweets is him dunking, saying not just a shooter. So he's gonna, hey, keep. He is a good shooter. Keep that chip on his shoulder, though. I think it'll benefit him. Again, he's got another year left to add to that scoring record. So he's going to crush that thing. I'm going to go with Charter Oak, though. Again, I love the grid hoopers. Jermaine Braddock, another good dual sport athlete. He's averaging 18, 7, and 3. Chase Evans also averaging 17.8 points per game for Charter Oak. It'll be a tough one for him, but I think they can pull off the upset. Next, we've got Troy going to La Habra.
One of the few teams I haven't seen this year is La Habra. So I'm going to have to go with Troy because I know Alex Sinek is a really, really good scorer over at Troy. He's averaging almost 20 points a game this year. So I'm going to go Troy in that Freeway League matchup. But the Freeway League's tough, man. Troy, Buena Park, La Habra, they're all going to be there in the end. Fullerton, all solid Orange County area teams.
I'm going to agree with you on this one. I'm going to go with Troy as well. I like Alex's game. Last game we're going to pick is Trabuco Hills going to San Clemente.
I got my Mustangs ranked, top 7 in Orange County right now. So I'm going to go with Trabuco Hills over San Clemente. But it's tough to go down to San Clemente and win. Coach Popovich down there does a great job. And he's got a lot of great hoopers, too. He's got Chris Kane. He's got Jay Baggs, all from that talented San Clemente side on the football field. So that's going to be a tough one for Trabuco Hills. But I like Chase Anderson and Quentin Watts and Zach Mowers, all solid players. And Sean Sullins is a really good coach.
Being that I'm relatively new to the Orange County area, I've not gone to a game at San Clemente for basketball. I have been to a football game. One of the best atmospheres that I've gone to, all year. And for no other reason than that, I'm going to pick San Clemente. I think the kids show up, first week back in school, big opponent. Why not? I picked 3 upsets this week. Probably won't pan out for me, but that's okay.
I'm sure it will. With knowing my luck, man, it's going to pan out for you. I guarantee it.
All right, Devin. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here this week?
No, man. I'll be at Modern Day Bosco on Wednesday, so that should be a fun little game. Modern Day on the road.
That should be a good one. One of your new top 10 teams, Bosco. Where can we find you? How can we read your work? Where are you available?
Read me everywhere, man. Find me on Twitter at Devin_Ugland, Ugland, and follow along. It's been a fun season so far. I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
All right, that is it for this week. Make sure to come back next week with more of the same. Tommy and Devin, we'll see you then.